give it a good push.
Martin Winiarski has done this too often for his liking. In minutes, a piano that lived in a Manitoba cabin for decades is just a pile of rubble. In the 3.5 years he has owned Piano Movers Winnipeg, Winiarski has gotten about 135 pianos for disposal. The owners just can't keep them. He sells the ones that are in good shape. He's given away 30 or 40 to charity, but he figures he has had to destroy about 65 pianos.
Either the piano is too expensive to fix, people inherited it with the house when they buy their house, or they're moving out of town or out of province, and it's too cost prohibitive to move the piano. So most of the time the piano is it's too old and it's too expensive to repair.
About a quarter of his business is people giving away their instruments, and that can be hard to do.
Oh, I've had many tears. I've had to get some hugs before, and oh yeah, I've had some very sentimental pianos where they had their piano in the family for 80 years.
Daily, there are ads for free pianos on sites like Facebook Marketplace. Most are old wooden uprights. That's what Jenna Warriner was trying to unload with this ad. The piano came with the house she and her partner bought near Grand Beach. She figured it would be easy to get rid of.
I reached out to an antique dealer because it's from 1921. It's Canadian made. It was a beautiful instrument. We reached out to some schools. I talked to some people with connections at churches. I listed it in different online marketplaces multiple times. We spoke to our entire network of friends and family. That we tried really hard to send it off to a good home, and we couldn't find anyone that wanted it.
Not even when she offered to pay for the move. After 2 years, she and her partner dismantled the piano.
And I just broke down crying. Like, it felt like we were murderers. I feel like these are going to be relics of days gone by, where when I grew up, it was a given that a lot of our friends, like I said, we had one in the house. Lots of people had one in the house. It was normal. And then it slowly becomes a shelf, and it slowly becomes gets decorated at Christmas, or maybe you sing carols at Christmas around it, and then it gets closed, and then it goes out of tune, and they just sort of get left behind.
Jay Taylor is tuning the kind of piano people want nowadays, shiny and black. Most of the free pianos up for grabs are heavy wooden uprights and about 100 years old. And Taylor says a piano has a shelf life.
Wood over time just, deteriorates, glues deteriorate. Pianos are under tons and tons of pressure, so over time that tension on the instrument can cause problems.
Taylor says if that wood has a lot of cracks and there is rust inside the piano or a lot of wear on the hammers, it may need repairs, which can cost thousands of dollars. Add a couple of hundred for tuning and about $300 depending on where you have to move it, and a free piano doesn't sound like such a good bargain. But over at Naila Suleiman's house, the 13-year-old has gotten a lot from her free piano. A neighbor gave it to her after her mom died because she already had a piano, so the family heirloom moved in next door.
Piano's helping me to study more, because when you're doing piano, you have to know the notes and know the keys. Yeah, lots of discipline.
Naila has already had a piano recital. It's made her more interested in music-related programs at school. She doesn't even have to be nagged to practice. Martin Winiarski wishes there were more people like Naila. Sadly, he says it's getting easier to smash these instruments up now that he's done it so many times.
Almost shed a tear every time. It's a little emotional, This is 100 years of history, and people got a lot of enjoyment out of it, so it's a shame.
Janice Moeller, CBC News, Winnipeg.